It's fun to crawl. Oh, how good is crawling?
Before Bluey and Bingo came along, Joe Brumm slipped in a storyline about Chilli losing a baby, a detail most viewers completely missed. It's been acknowledged by the creator himself, and once you spot the clues hiding in plain sight, the series takes on a whole new meaning.
Backwards.
Beep, beep, beep.
Let's start with a scene that made grown adults cry during what seemed like an innocent kids show. In the show, Bluey and Bingo put on a sweet Mother's Day performance for their parents, reenacting how Bandit and Chilli met and fell in love. Everything's adorable until Bingo stuffs a balloon under her shirt, pretending to be pregnant Chilli. Then it happens. The balloon pops. Watch Bandit and Chilli's faces in that exact moment. Their expressions shift from joy to something much darker. Bandit immediately reaches for Chilli's hand, and both parents look devastated. The internet exploded after this episode aired. Fans knew something deeper was happening beneath the surface of this seemingly innocent moment. They were right. That popped balloon was Bluey's way of showing us that Chilli had suffered a miscarriage before Bluey was born.
Okay, let's keep this moving.
So then they...
But here's where fan theories became confirmed reality. Australian journalist Isabel Oderberg, who wrote the book Hard to Bear about pregnancy loss, interviewed Joe Brumm directly about this scene. In that interview, he confirmed it. Chilli really did lose a baby before having Bluey. This revelation adds layers to everything we see in the show. The creator of this beloved kids show deliberately wove this tragic backstory into the fabric of the Heeler family. It explains so much about their parenting style, their deep empathy, and why they never take a moment with their daughters for granted. This wasn't accidental storytelling. Joe Brumm originally conceived the show with a male puppy as the main character. When that evolved into our beloved blue Heeler girl, that original character became the symbolic lost brother, the Heeler pup who never arrived.
And my belly button.
Oh, yeah, loves belly button vibe.
The evidence doesn't stop with the show. The series contains multiple subtle references that support this theory. In Sleepy Time, Bingo dreams she's floating through space in a sequence rich with symbolism. In the dream, children emerge from planets. Bluey hatches from Venus, the second planet from the sun, while Bingo emerges from Earth, the third planet. But Mercury, the first planet closest to the sun, remains perfectly intact and unhatched. For viewers familiar with the pregnancy loss theory, this represents the child who was never born, the first in the planetary order, but the one who never hatched into existence. In Baby Race, we see Chilli struggling with anxiety about Bluey's developmental milestones. She puts enormous pressure on herself when Bluey seems to be walking later than other children. When Bluey finally takes her first steps, Chilli breaks down in tears, not just from pride, but from relief. The episode also shows Chilli among a group of mothers with their babies, including characters like Coco, Snickers, and Judo. The focus on maternal anxiety and developmental concerns takes on deeper meaning when viewed through the lens of a mother who has experienced pregnancy loss. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, or something worse could happen to you.
Did I do it? Did Bluey crawl?
Not exactly. Come on, Bluey. You can do it. Crawl to me.
Puppets provides visual evidence through family photographs displayed throughout the episode. The show uses changes in the character's fur as a way to indicate the passage of time. When characters age, their coats become less fluffy and may show gray hairs. In the wedding photo of young Bandit and Chilli, both have much fluffier, fuller fur coats, indicating the photo was taken years earlier. There's also a photo showing pregnant Chilli, with the same fuller coat and a noticeably rounded belly. The similarity in their appearance between the wedding photo and pregnancy photo suggests these were taken relatively close together in time. However, when we see Chilli in Baby Race with newborn Bluey, her fur has changed significantly. It's less fluffy, and both parents show signs of aging. This visual timeline suggests that considerable time passed between the pregnancy photo and Bluey's birth. More time than would be expected if that pregnancy photo showed Chilli carrying Bluey. The episode Bedroom provides another piece of evidence. When Chilli tells Bluey that no other pup will sleep in the crib again, Her emotional response and the finality of the statement suggest this decision comes from protecting herself from potential future loss rather than simple family planning.
Really have cleaned yourself up. And I love your little bow tie. Okay, yes, I'd love to. Oh my gosh!
The term rainbow baby in parenting communities refers to children born after pregnancy loss. They're called rainbow babies because they bring color and hope after the storm of loss. The episode Rain contains what many fans interpret as confirmation of this concept. Throughout the episode, Chilli initially tries to keep Bluey inside and maintain control of their environment, showing anxiety about letting her daughter play in the rain. This reluctance to embrace the messy, uncontrollable aspects of life could represent the protective instincts of a parent who has experienced loss. By the episode's end, when Chilli finally joins Bluey in the rain and they play together, 2 rainbows appear in the sky. The presence of 2 rainbows has been interpreted by some fans as representing Bluey and Bingo as rainbow babies, children who brought joy and color back to their parents' lives after experiencing loss. In the episode Onesies, we meet Aunt Brandy, Chilli's sister, who hasn't visited in 4 years. The episode reveals that Brandy desperately wants children, but has been unable to have them. This family history of fertility struggles adds context to the theory about Chilli's own difficulties with pregnancy. By season 3, Brandy does become pregnant, suggesting that successful pregnancies in this family line are achievements rather than expectations.
We're all learning to do things for the first time. I just felt like I was doing everything wrong.
This loss explains the healer's sophisticated emotional intelligence. In Bad Mood, when Bandit literally wears Bingo's grumpiness. That's not just silly dad humor. That's learned family therapy techniques. The healers have clearly worked through trauma and developed healthy ways to process complex emotions together. The episode Relax shows Chilli reading a book about how to be happy during what should be a carefree family vacation. This detail becomes significant when viewed through the lens of grief recovery. Happiness doesn't automatically return after good things happen. Healing from loss is an ongoing process that requires conscious effort and learned strategies. It explains why Aunt Brandy couldn't visit for years. Seeing her sister's happy family was too painful when she dreamed of being a mother herself. Some fans theorize that Chilli and Brandy share a hereditary condition that makes pregnancy difficult, which would explain why both sisters struggled with fertility issues. In Bedroom, when Chilli cries in front of the crib, telling Bluey that no other pup will sleep there again, it's devastating in context once you know the full story. That crib isn't just furniture. It's a memorial to someone who never was.
You've grown so much. Bluey, you look just like your father.
Oh, what?
Understanding this backstory transforms everything about the healer family dynamic. It explains why Bandit and Chilli are so present, so engaged, so willing to drop everything for their daughter's games. They know how precious and fragile these moments are. It explains their parenting philosophy. They don't just tell their kids they love them. They show it through endless patience, creativity, and presence. Because they've learned that time with your children isn't guaranteed. The healer family isn't perfect because nothing bad has ever happened to them. They're beautiful because they've survived something terrible and chose to build something wonderful anyway. Every hug lasts just a little longer than it needs to because they understand what could have been lost.
Italy.
That's up.
What?
Oh, marry me, babe.
This isn't just fan speculation anymore. It's a confirmed reality woven into Bluey's storytelling DNA. The show works on multiple levels. Kids see fun family adventures, while adults glimpse deeper truths about love, loss, and healing. That's what makes Bluey extraordinary. It doesn't just teach children how to play or share. It teaches them that happiness and sadness can coexist, that families can carry both joy and grief, and that love grows stronger, not weaker, after loss. One question remains. Will Bluey and Bingo ever learn about their lost sibling? Right now, that story belongs to their parents. It's hidden in balloon pops and rainy afternoons, in space dreams and empty cribs. Maybe someday, when the girls are older, they'll understand the full depth of their parents' love. And that's the secret episode of Bluey's unborn brother. Not a single episode, but a story told across the entire series. Check out our other videos to find more about this family.
I want Mother's Day every day. It's green, but you're not green.